Study acts like active recall, spaced repetition, and Pomodoro technique are useless if you are not actually doing certain things that will make those techniques actually work. You constantly binge on several videos on study tips and study hack, and you expect magic to suddenly happen, which will not happen if you do not apply this thing I'm about to share with you in this video. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you brutally honest advice that will put you on the right track and will actually make you start applying the relevant things that will get you real results in order to stop wasting time on things that don't actually matter. The first brutally honest advice that I'm going to be giving you is that cramming is gambling. Due to the fact that you've not been studying way before your exam, you don't want to fail, you want to pack everything and jam pad everything. You are setting yourself up for failure. And in fact, there are tendencies that you might remember and you might not. You are just putting yourself on a scale of gambling because you cannot really ascertain and you cannot be confident of what you study while you cram. And this have actually happened to me several times when I was in secondary school and university. There are times that materials can pop up even few minutes to the exam, but I used to think that this is actually a waste of time if I study this thing, because there are little tendencies that I will actually remember what that material is actually talking about. So there are times that I might want to just read those materials and quickly brush up, but then I still find it difficult to remember. At that point, I cram because I did a last minute study, and in fact, I was gambling. So there are times that I can be lucky to remember and I might not be lucky to remember. I just read way before and space my reading over time, lock it into my long-term memory. And that is exactly how you can ascertain that what you read, you'll be able to remember. So stop cramming is total gambling. Now, the second thing that I want you to pay attention to is that you regret wasting your time. Now, time is very precious thing. Anytime you waste now is gone for life. You cannot get it again. And they know the importance of time until I got to a stage in my life. I was in secondary school. I was not someone that was really good in academics. I didn't completely learn some certain things from my secondary school. It actually told on me when I wanted to write my JAMB exam because I saw questions, but then I could not provide answers to them because I didn't understand them in secondary school. I wasted my time in secondary school. So the time that I'm supposed to actually learn new things, I used that time to learn what I'm supposed to have learned in secondary school. Anything that you should do now, do it now, because if you don't do it now and you intend getting results from that thing, you do it later. So while you're in school, the courses and the subjects and the things that you need to do it now, or else you will still do it later. And in fact, you cannot recover the time that you've wasted. You tend to trade off what you're supposed to learn at a particular moment for the things that you are meant to learn while you are supposed to learn them. So don't waste your time. You regret it at the end of the day. It is very important. One major thing that makes study hacks useless, whether it's active recall, spaced repetition, and Pomodoro technique, is that no matter how much you binge watch videos about them, if you don't actually take it upon yourself and apply them and discipline yourself, it will not work. If you watch videos about them from now to the next 3 years, if you don't actually put it and imbibe into your habits, it will not work. And one mistake I see most students make is that if they've actually been studying a particular way over time, that way has been accustomed into them. And no matter how much they watch videos about the things that will change the way they study, it will not change because it is an habit. It's just like, okay, your doctor advised you that there's a certain way you need to brush your teeth, but then you've been accustomed to the way you brush your teeth. So no matter the amount of exposure you have to that right way to do it, if you don't consciously change the way you brush your teeth and keep doing it like that, you still find yourself doing it the old way. There's a wrong way you study, but you've been watching videos on study hacks. But if you don't consciously apply those techniques into your study sessions, no matter how much you watch them, it will not work. So anytime you are trying to study, constantly and consciously tell yourself that I want to apply what I watch in this video. I totally understand that it's going to be really hard. But then if you keep doing it over time, it becomes an habit. And in fact, the old way of studying will fade away over time. So study hacks are useless if you don't consciously and discipline yourself to apply them at any point in time. If you only binge watch videos about them, it will not work until you put it into action. Another thing I want you to understand, which is one of my brutally honest advice to you, is that effort beats talent at any point in time. There are students in my school when I was in secondary school, they are smarter than me. There are times that I perform more than them in some exams because I take it upon myself to put extra efforts and study for those exams. So no matter how much they know or no matter how smart they are, if they don't put the required efforts, or if my efforts of studying that course is more, I always perform than them. Talent is more like a potential. But if you don't consciously work on that talent, there is no how your potential will show forth. If you put in the right effort and you are consistent, and in fact, you are determined that you want to get better, and you face it head on, you discover that you start performing more than them or on the same skill just like they do. So no matter how smart someone is or how talented the person is, if the person is not actually putting the required efforts and you are putting the efforts, there are tendencies that you will always meet up with that person. If you put in the efforts and you put up the discipline that is required, you will always perform more than them. And that is what I want you to understand. If you like, your teacher should teach you from now to tomorrow. Your parents should spend so much money on you. If you don't actually tell yourself that I want to do this thing and you put in the required efforts, it will not happen. Your success, your everything depends on you. Your friends and family and your teachers can only support you. It's just like when a teacher can give you the adequate resources that you need to pass a particular course. The person teaches you well and everything. The teacher will not open your head and put books inside. It is left to you to take up that information, use it well, and imbibe it and assimilate it and use it yourself. So nobody is coming to save you. You are the one that will save yourself using the available resources that you have in place, provided by your family, people around, your friends, and your teachers. So nobody is coming to save you. And that is one thing that you should always understand at any point in time. Excuses change nothing. There are times that you didn't do well in certain courses and you start blaming it on, oh, my teacher didn't teach me well. Or because we don't have good learning environment. Or it is because we don't have electricity in our house and I could not read. Or it is because my mom constantly sent me on an errand. Or it is because that. Excuses change nothing. In the midst of any bad condition, whether you don't have good environment to learn and all that, there is no excuse for not doing well. So let me use myself as an example. When I was in school, we didn't have the best class. There was always it in our class. Our lecturers don't care about us, and everything was, but still, amidst all those, I still came out well. There is no excuse for not doing well, no matter what happens. Just look for ways to get yourself together and do what you have to do, no matter what. Hard work compounds. The habits you put in order to pass your exam, and your resilience and your act of not giving up, it will actually pay off, because if you imbibe those qualities of not giving up, of being resilient, of being hardworking while in school, and anything you do even after school or life, you will still imbibe those qualities because you've been accustomed to it while you are in school. No matter the amount of hard work you put and it's not even paying off in school, don't just worry, because by the time you get out of school, those habits are there already, and you discover that there are certain people that didn't really do well in school, but they tried their best. But by the time they graduate, they start performing exceedingly well after school, because they have that habits there in them. They have those qualities already. But it's just that the school is not just showing forth while they're in school, but as long as they keep going and they keep applying that particular quality in other aspects of their life, it will start bringing good results. And you can see it in some places that some students attended certain schools, but then they could not get good grades from those schools. But when they leave that school and go to other schools, they start performing exceedingly well. They've accustomed certain qualities while in that school, while in their former school, but it's not just showing forth. By the time they find themselves in a new environment, they start doing well. So no matter the hard work you are putting in something and you feel like it's not working, you are building capacity. You are building you are building qualities that will actually be useful for you in other aspects of life. So don't give up. If you got so much value from this video, please like the video and also subscribe to the channel. You can also check out this other video and other things you need to overcome academic hurdle and put you on the right track to perform well in your academics. So thank you so much for watching and see you on the next one.